People don't know why you named your show Engineer Your Life. It sounds catchy and cool, like, ooh, engineer my life.
Yeah.
What was the intention behind that name?
I'm an engineer by profession.
People don't know that.
I like to keep it that way
Why?
and not be front running with it, because I want you to, because my content is quite intellectual and about building yourself, your inner being.
Okay.
I want you, when you listen to the content and how we direct our conversations, to not be influenced by saying, oh, he's educated anyway, so what else did we expect?
Oh.
I want you to dig deep. When you find that out, you're like, oh, wow, there's more to this person. I always love it in the comment section when people are like, where does he get this thing? Who does he think he is?
Yeah.
You know, it's beautiful because you know nothing about me, and that's how I like to keep it. But yeah, you're challenging me for people to know more about me. So here we go.
Wait, you prefer keeping your personal life private and only exposing what you want on the platform?
Absolutely.
Why? What inspired that? Why would you want to do that? Why would you not want people to know exactly who you are?
So I live on YouTube, my platform primarily.
Yeah.
But I'm not the conventional YouTuber. I'm not doing vlogs. If I wanted to go that route and share my life in bits and details and tell people what I'm eating, where, how, and hold a camera and say, this is the car I drive, none of that is known about me on the internet. And I prefer it that way because when I followed this calling, which I believe is a calling, we just nowadays expressing it in the form of podcasting. Yeah. The calling is to speak and to reach a significant number of people, because I believe that there is something that God has placed in me that I can share with others, right? And when I got to that point where Engineer Your Life was born, Engineer Your Life, me being an engineer, your life. So I married my worlds subtly without people understanding what I mean. Yeah. And suddenly now, because there's a breaking point in the algorithm now that I'm becoming known, it's like, oh, that's what he meant for those who get to dig deeper and understand who I am.
You're still not telling me why you prefer to keep your life private. Are you scared?
No.
Recently, I watched Umsaki sitting with Relebogile Mabotja.
Sure.
She was accused of being a homewrecker at some point, Smash Africa.
Yeah.
She tried to clear that up now.
Sure.
It's a bit late, but one of the things is she was like, I don't understand why people are digging into things that I've never volunteered to them.
I think it's, once again, it's naivety where she's saying she doesn't understand.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Did you watch it?
I did.
Okay.
Whatever platform you're going into in the media space, where by virtue of your calling, the byproduct is that you'll become a celebrity. There's high chances that you've gone into this willingly. We're not stupid. We've watched people go into music, acting, especially those known things. Wait.
Sorry.
Where you're like, you are probably going to be a celebrity by following this route.
Yeah.
And in being celebrity, there is celebrity culture in South Africa. We're a mini USA in so many ways,
100%.
right? So you know there is celebrity culture. But what she could have said, in my opinion, is that it came for me that they are wanting to dig about my private life. Yes, I'm going to keep it as private as possible, but if my time comes, there's very few people like Denzel Washington where nobody will ever know what's going on in their lives. That's a very few minority.
Yeah.
The rest, people will dig, right? People will dig, and you need to be mentally, emotionally prepared that when the digging comes, do I have my corners where I go to find my peace, or do I fall apart and sue everyone?
You don't believe her?
She was naive. That's why she was naive.
So maybe you do believe her, but she
was naive. Yeah.
Are you scared of people knowing about your personal life?
No, I'm not scared. But it's none of their business. Does that make sense?
But you're expecting them at some point to dig.
Absolutely.